శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ 2008 లో స్థాపించిన కళాశాలలో MBA, NAC A గ్రేడ్ మరియు ISO సర్టిఫికేషన్ సాధించిన మొట్టమొదటి కళాశాల శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ త్వరలో అటానమస్ కాబోతోంది.
2014లో ISO గుర్తింపు, 2015లో రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వంచే A గ్రేడ్, 2016లో NAC A గ్రేడ్, ఇప్పుడు NBA సాధించిన సంస్థ శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ.
Good morning everyone. In the last class we will discuss about the full wave rectifiers and its parameters. Okay. Today I would like to explain bridge rectifier parameters and comparison between the full wave and full wave using 2 diodes and full wave rectifier using 4 diodes. That means bridge rectifier. Okay, first of all, bridge rectifier. The bridge rectifier circuits are mainly used as power rectifier circuit for converting AC power to DC power, power rectifying circuit. Okay, and the second one, a rectifying system in rectifier type, AC meters such as AC voltmeter. Okay, in which the AC voltage under the measurement is first converted into DC and measured with the conventional meter. In this system, rectifying elements are either copper oxide type or selenium type. Okay, basically rectifying elements are copper oxide type or selenium type. Okay, this is the bridge rectified circuit. This is the transformer, step down transformer. These 4 diodes formed as a bridge. In bridge rectifier we are using 4 diodes, D1, D2, D3 and D4. Okay, load resistance is RL. The bridge rectifier circuit is essentially a full wave rectifier using 4 diodes. Actually full wave rectifier is only using the 2 diodes, but in the bridge rectifier circuit is essentially full wave rectifier circuit using 4 diodes, forming the 4 arms of the electrical bridge. This is the electrical bridge. Electrical bridge has 4 arms, D1, D2, D3 and D4. To one diagonal of the bridge, the AC voltage is applied through the transformer. AC voltage. AC voltage means input voltage. So, input voltage is given to the terminal D1 and in this is a diagonal. In this diagonal and this is the diagonal. In these 2 diagonals, okay, input circuit is given. Input AC voltage is applied. Okay, the AC voltage is applied to the transformer if necessary, and the rectified DC voltage is taken from the other diagonal of the bridge. Okay, these 2 arms is the AC input terminals and these 2 arms are taken from the output. The main advantage of this circuit is that it does not require center tap on the secondary winding of the transformer. In full wave rectifier we are using secondary winding, center tap secondary winding transformer. Okay, in this bridge circuit there is no center tap transformer. Hence, whenever possible AC voltage can be directly applied to the bridge. Okay, this is the bridge. Operation of the circuit. Consider the positive half of the AC input voltage at point A of the secondary becomes positive. First of all, we are taking positive half cycle. So, positive A is terminal A is positive with respect to terminal B. So, terminal A is positive, terminal B is negative. The diodes D1 and D2 will be forward biased. In this way, these two are the same direction, D1 and D2. Okay, so A is positive. That's why the diodes D1 and D2 will be forward biased, while D3 and D4 are the reverse biased. The two diodes D1 and D2 conduct in series with the load, and the current flows is shown. Okay, this is the current flow. In the next off cycle, when the polarity of the AC voltage is the reverse, hence point B becomes positive, diodes D3 and D4 are forward biased and D1 and D2 are reverse biased. First of all, we are taking positive off cycle. Positive terminal A is positive, terminal B is negative. That's why D1 and D2 are forward biased and D3 and D4 are reverse biased. Okay. In the next off cycle, negative off cycle, terminal A is negative, terminal B is positive. That's why D3 and D4 are forward biased and D1 and D2 are reverse biased. Now the diodes D3 and D4 conduct in series with the load, and the current flows is shown. Okay, it is seen that in both the off cycles of the AC, the load current is flowing in the same direction. In both the diodes, current flowing in the same direction, hence we get a full wave rectified output. The waveforms of the load current and voltage remains exactly same as shown before for the full wave rectified circuit. Okay, parameters, expressions for the various parameters. The bridge rectified circuit using basically a full wave rectifier. All the characteristics are discussed previously for the full wave rectified circuit using two diodes are the characteristics of the bridge rectified circuits. So, full wave rectified circuit parameters are approximately equal to bridge rectified circuit parameters. The relation between Im, the maximum value of the load current, and IDC and IRMS remains same as derived earlier for the full wave rectified circuit. IDC equal to 2Im by pi and IRMS equal to Im by root 2. IDC equal to 2Im by pi and RMS equal to Im by root 2. Okay. These are all the output waveforms. Transformer secondary voltage ESM. Okay. In the first D1 and D2 on condition. Okay. And D3 and D4. So output waveform is this one. And EDC equal to, the remaining expressions are identical to those derived for two diode full wave rectifier and reproduced for the convenience of the full wave. So EDC equal to IDC into RL, that is equal to 2 ESM by pi in full wave in a bridge rectifier. So PDC equal to I square DC RL. Power means I square R. So PDC equal to I square DC RL, that is equal to 4 by pi square I square M into RL. PAC equal to I square RMS into RS plus 2RF plus RL. Okay. And efficiency equal to 8 RL by pi square into RS plus 2RF plus RL. So percentage of efficiency equal to 81.2%. Okay. In this flow, as the current flows through the entire secondary of the transformer for all the time, the transformer utilization factor is 0.812. This is more than the TUF per full wave rectified circuit. This is the difference. PAV rating of the diodes. The reverse voltage appearing across the reverse bias diodes is 2 ESM, but 2 diodes are sharing it. Hence PAV rating of the diode is ESM and not in 2 ESM in case of the full wave rectifier. Okay, so bridge rectifier is very important. Full wave and bridge rectifiers are very important in examination point of view. Advantages of the full wave rectifier circuit. Okay, the current in both primary and secondary of the power transformer flows for the entire cycle, and hence for a given power output, power transformer of a small size and less cost may be used. Advantage of the bridge rectifier is less cost. Okay, transformer is small size, and second one, no center tap transformer is required. Hence, whenever possible, AC voltage can directly be applied to the bridge. Third one, the current in the secondary of the transformer is in opposite direction to the two off cycles. Hence, net DC component flowing is 0, which reduces the losses and danger of the saturation. Okay, so net DC component flowing is 0, which reduces the losses and danger of the saturation. And another one, due to pure alternating current in secondary of the transformer gets utilized effectively, and hence the circuit is suitable for applications where large powers are required. Okay, advantages of the bridge rectifiers are transformer size is small, less cost, no center tap transformer is required, DC component flowing is 0, so that's why reduces the losses. Okay, and as the two diodes conduct in series in each off cycle, inverse voltage appearing across diodes get shared. Hence, the circuit can be used for high voltage applications. So, in this bridge rectifier used high voltage applications. Such a peak reverse voltage appearing across the diode is called the peak inverse voltage rating of the diode. These are all the advantages of the bridge rectifier circuit. And another one's disadvantages of the bridge rectifier. The only disadvantage of the bridge rectifier is use of 4 diodes as compared to the 2 diodes in normal full wave rectifier. Okay, that's why this causes additional voltage drop as indicated by the term 2RF represented in the expression of Im instead of RF. This reduces the output voltage. Main disadvantage of the bridge rectifier is by using 4 diodes as compared to the 2 diodes in normal full wave rectifier, and this reduces the output voltage. Applications of the bridge rectifier: used as a rectifier in power circuits to convert AC to DC, and rectifier meters to convert AC voltage to be measured to DC, and also used in power supply circuits. Okay, and next one, problems. Okay, a full wave bridge rectifier is supplied from 230 volts and 50 Hz, and uses the transformer of a turns ratio of 15:1. It uses the load resistance of 50 ohms, calculate the load voltage and the ripple voltage, assume ideal diode and the transformer. Assume standard value of the ripple factor for full wave rectifier. First parameters. Given parameters are EPRMS equal to 230 volts, turns ratio N2 by N1 equal to 1 by 15, RL equal to 50 ohms. Okay, so EP by ES RMS and turns ratio N1 by N2. ERMS equal to 230 by 15, that is 15.333. ESM equal to equation root 2 ES ER RMS, that is equal to 21.684. And next calculate the IM. IM equal to ESM by RS plus 2RF plus RL. So that is equal to 0.04336. So IDC equal to already known formula 2IM by pi. IM also 0.4336 by pi, that is equal to 0.276. Voltage, we can calculate the load voltage. Voltage equal to current into resistance. So IDC into RL, 0.276 into 50, that is equal to 13.8 volts. Ripple factor 0.482 for full wave rectifier. So ripple factor equal to AC RMS output by DC output. Okay, so we can calculate 6.6516 voltage. Okay, and comparison of the rectifiers: half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier and bridge rectifier. These are all the circuits. Half wave rectifier, step down transformer. First of all, AC supply, AC to converted, AC is converted to DC, pulsating DC. Okay, AC input and output is pulsating DC. Step down transformer is used and only one diode is used. Okay, this is the rectifying element. And the load resistance RL. Current flowing through the load resistance is IL. This is the off phase circuit. And full wave rectifier is input is AC input, so output is pulsating DC output. This is the center tap transformer and two diodes are used, and this is the load resistance. Current flowing through the load resistance is IL. And the bridge rectifier, so input is AC input, output is pulsating DC, and four diodes are used. Okay, this is in the form of bridge D1, D2, D3 and D4, and the load resistance. Okay, number of diodes in half wave rectifier, only one diode. In full wave rectifier, two diodes. In bridge rectifier, we are using four diodes. Average DC current IDC already solved. Half wave equal to average DC load current IDC in the half wave rectifier IM by pi, full wave rectifier 2 IM by pi, and bridge rectifier also 2 IM by pi. And the third, average DC voltage, that is the EDC voltage. In half wave rectifier ESM by pi, in full wave rectifier 2 ESM by pi, and the bridge rectifier 2 ESM by pi. Okay, and the fourth one, RMS current, that is the IRMS. In the half wave rectifier IM by 2, full wave rectifier IM by root 2, in the bridge rectifier IM by root 2. Okay, DC power output PDC. In the half wave rectifier I square RL by pi square, full wave rectifier 4 by pi I square M RL, in the bridge rectifier 4 by pi square I square m into RL. Sixth parameter, AC power input, PAC. In the off-wave rectifier, I square m into RL plus RF plus RS by 4. In the full wave rectifier, I square m into RF plus RS plus RL by 2. In the bridge rectifier, I square m into 2RF plus RS plus RL by 2. In the seventh parameter, maximum rectifier efficiency. In the off-wave rectifier, efficiency is 40.6. In the full wave rectifier, efficiency is the 81.2, and the bridge rectifier also 81.2. And the eighth parameter, ripple factor. In the off-wave rectifier 1.21, full wave rectifier 0.482, in the bridge rectifier 0.482. Maximum load current, ESM by RS plus RF plus RL. In the full wave rectifier, ESM by RF plus RS plus RL. In the bridge rectifier, ES by RS plus 2RL plus RS. And 10th one, PAV rating of the diode. In the off-wave rectifier, PAV rating of the diode is ESM. Full wave rectifier 2 ESM. In the bridge rectifier is ESM. And the next parameter, ripple frequency. In the off-wave rectifier 50 Hz. Full wave rectifier is the 100 Hz. Bridge rectifier is the 100 Hz. And the last parameter, TUF. TUF means transformer utilization factor. In the off-wave rectifier 0.287. In the full wave rectifier 0.693. In the bridge rectifier 0.812. Okay, these are all the comparison of the three wave rectifiers: off-wave rectifier, full wave rectifier, and the bridge rectifiers. Okay, and the next one, introduction of the filter circuits. Okay, in the rectifiers, output of the off-wave rectifier or the full wave rectifier, circuits are not a pure DC. Okay, that is the pulsating DC, but it contains fluctuations or ripples. That is not a pure DC. That means fluctuations or ripples. Okay, which are undesired. We desired only pure DC. Okay, to minimize the ripple content in the output, filter circuits are used. To minimize the ripples, undesired output is the pure DC. Okay, so we get the pure DC. So to minimize the ripple content in the output, and that's why filter circuits are used. These circuits are connected between the rectifiers and the load. Okay, first AC input. Input is AC input, output is the filtered pure DC output. Okay, this is the AC input and this is the filtered DC output. In between, AC input is taken rectified circuit. Rectified circuit output is the DC or pulsating DC. That is not a pure DC. Okay, pulsating DC, just like. And next one, filter circuit is connected in series with the rectified circuit. So we get the pure DC across the load resistance. This is the filter, rectifier and filter circuits. The AC input is applied to the rectifier. In this, AC input is applied to the rectifier circuit at the output of the rectifier. In this way, output of the rectifier, there will be DC and rectifier ripple voltage. DC and the ripple voltage. Output of the rectified circuit is DC and the ripple voltage, which is the input to the filter. Ideally, the output of the filter should be the pure DC. So, output of the filter is the pure DC. Practically, the filter circuit will try to minimize the ripple at the output. Okay. Basically, the ripple is the AC. Ripple means AC. That is varying with the time. While DC is the constant with respect to the time. So, hence, in order to separate the DC from the ripple, the filter circuit should use components which have widely different impedance for AC and DC. Okay. Basically, the ripple is AC. Already we know that ripple means AC. AC, and that is the varying with the time. Alternating current is the varying with the time. Okay. While DC and DC means constant. DC is a constant with respect to the time. AC is the varying with time. DC is the constant with respect to the time. In order to separate DC from the ripple, okay, the filter circuit should use components which have widely different impedance for AC and DC. Two such components are inductance and capacitance. These two components are used in the filter circuits. Inductance filter and the capacitance filters. The inductance act as the short circuit for the DC. Okay, inductance act as the short circuit for the DC, but it has a large impedance for the AC. Similarly, the capacitor acts as open for DC and almost short for the AC. If the value of the capacitance is significantly large enough. Once again repeat this. Inductance act as the short circuit for DC. Okay, inductance act as short circuit for DC, but it has the large impedance for AC. Similarly, the capacitor act as open for DC and almost short for DC. Okay, if the value of the capacitance is sufficiently large enough. Since the inductance act as a short circuit for DC, it cannot be placed in the short arm across the load. Okay. Otherwise, DC will be shorted. So, inductance act as the short circuit for DC. It cannot be used in the short arm across the load. Otherwise, the DC will be shorted. Hence, a filter circuit, the inductance is always connected in series with the load. That's why inductance is always connected in series with the load. The inductance used in the filter circuits are also known as choke. The capacitance is open for DC, that is blocks DC, hence it cannot connected in series with the load. Okay. So in this filter circuits, inductance always connected in series with the load. Capacitors cannot connected in series with the load. The filter is an electronic circuit, okay, composed of capacitor, inductor, or combination of the both, and connected between the rectifier and the load. So, as to connect pulsating DC to pure DC, okay, there are basically two types of the filter circuits: capacitor input filter and choke input filter. First one, capacitor input filter, and second one is the choke input filter or inductance input filter. Okay. In the rectified side, if the first element in the rectified circuit is a capacitor, then the filter is called the capacitor input filter. Okay, in the rectified side, the first element in the filter circuit is capacitor. First element is the capacitor, then the filter is called capacitor input filter. While if the first element in an inductor, it is called as a choke input filter. The choke input filter is not in use nowadays as inductors are bulky, expensive and consume more power. Okay, only capacitor filters are widely used. Inductor filters are not used because of the choke input filter is not in use nowadays as inductors are bulky, expensive and consume more powers. Okay.